Welcome back and let's survive together. Dear fellow Extinction Rebels, the votes have been cast. And the Survival Guardians under revered Elder Head Guardian Andrea Necke, they have received 10 votes. The Scholars of Gaia under Head Scientist, Head of the Scholars Liam, have received 11 votes. The Equality Circle under Scientist Head Senator JHDF whatever have received 12 votes, and the partly rebel faction, subversive faction of the Galactic Cooperation Council, led by the Governor Friendly Shandale, have received 13 votes. So our politics will be xenophile from now on, which means we'll address all of these issues here. And in addition, we have some politics that we want to realize. First, of course, our good Friendly Shandale, he's an agrarian governor, which means he also wants food on space installations. So that's something we'll probably do. Then we will want to grab that Gaia planet to address food shortages and make room for refugees. We want to be friendly with any aliens we meet. So with the Gamma aliens, they want to be our first friends. We're sure of that. We want to make friends with them, get an early defensive pact. Then we want to use our space stations, once we have like food installations on them, we want to use them to expand our trade network. And our research focus will be diplomatic if possible. So if we get anything here relating to diplomacy and getting more envoys, we will do that. So that is how our policy will look from now on. And now let's address the issues of the Galactic Cooperation Council. We want indirect xenology, a passive study stance on native interference. They want, native enlightenment, native interference, only passive study will be allowed. Then, what more do they want to have? They want no purges at all. Yeah. So, we only had displacement, now we will prohibit the purges. That will also help us in some diplomatic relations. So, what's the next thing they want and we don't have? A new contact. Well, we're working on that. And a benevolent subjugation policy. Well, we can make do with that. Our subjects are as much a part of us as we are of them. Their success is our victory, and we shall move forward as one. Here we go. Which means we have integration prohibited, independent diplomacy, expansion permitted, and joins defensive overlord wars and joins defensive subject wars. All the councils, they will be a lot more happy now. Still looking for a new contact, and we will work on our goals now. So let's see. Grabbing the Gaia planet to make room for refugees and expanding our trade range is on our agenda the most. Let's also look through everything here to see, yeah, everything is good here now. We don't need to invest anything into the planets so far. Sol Station, cannot yet upgrade that. The fleet, yeah, the fleet's the fleet, you know. The fleet's the fleet. We need much more diplomatic venues than the fleet. So our main thing is getting to here, and we've already started that. Building the starbase. Let's see what happens now for us. And maybe there's also something to it that we might remove some features here, right? What will that free? Generator districts, that's not important, but pretty important for our Friendly Shandale is clearing the Pacific Algae Tracts. So we have the Pacific Algae Tracts and not a Great Pacific Garbage Patch, just in case we need more food, you know. Just in case for that. I mean, there's also something about setting the rights of us. We're currently living under decent conditions, and we could easily afford social welfare. But well, that was not on the agenda. That's the agenda of the Equality Circle, and we're not going to touch that. We have found out something else here. Let's see. First, we have a towed asteroid. So, for some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around Roxelana 4. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they began. So we have that now. Scholar Patrick MacDonald has discovered that. Very helpful. There's also a primitive civilization there that we might want to guard later on. Maybe that is also something that the Xenophiles can do after fulfilling their actual agenda. We're getting into that direction. What has happened? Living space debris and Voyager like Galvani is still working to confirm the hypothesis that the irregularity we had designated as Chi aliens is in fact a living organism. While it seems to be made up of a cluster of random stardust, it's demonstrably able to propel itself across the void and shows basic signs of independent agency. Our researchers are perplexed by the phenomenon and are working hard to verify our readings. We must be missing something still. See about that very soon, I guess. Mizar. We're on our way to build there, and yeah, we're also on our way to build into that direction here. We'll see how that goes. We might just invest into, yeah, into what? We wanted to integrate the trade network, right? So this is the Sun System, and maybe in Procyon or on Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri also has a planet on that, 2 Empire colonies, so it would be really good to get something going here when we have the alloys for that. So here we go. That's something that we'll do as quickly as we can. And they should just follow up here into Procyon and then Mizar. Because we want to do this together. The expansion of that is the most important part.
Anomaly found.
So we're pretty close to other aliens here, which means that we'll this time research that just right now. What has happened there? Efforts to map the surface of this moon, the strange mountain formation, have identified a strange mountain range in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. Head Senator JHDF whatever will investigate. Nodox 1A. Still, we want to control Galamoon. Aha, in the code wastes, the head of the scholars, Liam, has found something. Sensors pick up unexpected activity from an isolated point on Chiban 5's frozen surface. Have we found a stray scientist? We want to know.
Construction complete.
Our construction here is complete. We have claimed Mizar, and we're going further to Withril. Our constructor here will fill in the gaps by constructing mining and research stations. Wonderful, wonderful. And there's still some alloys left over, and we are waiting for another space station. Vasily Tichy has found a strange old space station. Sensor echoes have indicated the presence of some kind of unidentified object deep within the atmosphere of this gas giant. It looks like a space station from afar. We must investigate. Let's see what we can do here. Salty. The science ship XR Cosmo Crater. We have him here. Liam, our head of the scholars of Gaia, is in there. Came up short with regards to its original mission of investigating possible activity on the frozen surface of Chiban 5. There's seemingly nothing of note but ice and rock. However, Liam, a self-proclaimed gourmet chef and history buff, claims to have made an important discovery, a chemical compound found in the surface ice layers in several regions of Chiban 5 is supposedly closely related to rebel humans' stellar salt, an ingredient integral to many traditional rebel human dishes and thought extinct on Earth. It's long been speculated that rebel human stellar salt was never native to our home world, but was brought to the surface by some meteorite impacts in the distant past. The science officer's discovery on Chiban 5, on this frozen world, lends some credence to this theory, though head of the scholars Liam leans heavily on properties described in ancient cookbooks predating modern chemistry to prove the saline connection. Whether the salt analyzed and synthesized actually tastes like the rebel human stellar salt of old is ultimately of little consequence. Just the idea of traditional foods now possessing more historically accurate flavor profiles is bound to stimulate both the rebel human economy and the palate. Oh, so savory. Everybody's happy about that. Well done, Liam. Really great for our society. The authoritative Simon Bolin gained a level. And don't count our planets. What? Who has discovered something? Head Senator JHDF whatever has discovered something. The leader of the Equality Circle. The mountain range they scanned earlier was in actuality the outer membrane of a gigantic egg. It's uncertain what behemoth could lay such an egg and what horror could hatch from it. Better be careful. Study it from afar. We want to survive. What will be next? Aha! We're still gathering data on the alien spacecraft that was reported in the Baleza system. If this vessel is an emissary of previously unknown alien civilization, as seems likely, we must determine if they go with the grace of the spirits or if they are agents of wickedness. The first step will be to divine their language and the nature of their belief system. Yuri Volkov is on the job. We're in Chiban now. I want to follow the strategic path, so let's survey the system to the end and follow up here, here, and here.
System survey complete.
Very nice. Chiban is a really nice system. Yeah, I want to settle in Galamoon, but we also need new space stations to connect. Very soon we'll have all that we need for that. Let's build a starport in Alpha Centauri. Adrift. Lorenzo Aguera, the maniac, has discovered something. We've discovered an alien ship adrift among the asteroids surrounding TR44GR784. It's not responding to our hailing signals. Whether this is due to it being unable to interpret our signal, or perhaps some other reason we do not know. Lorenzo Aguirre recommends that a reconstruction ship be dispatched to tow this stricken vessel out of the debris field. Left untouched, there's a risk the alien ship may be crushed by the asteroids. Yeah, maybe we can save the people in there. Help them survive. Just here, we will send the Yukon over. And here we go. Yeah, because it also has a time limit. Here we go. X1 labs. Yeah. Where are the X1 labs, though? Here in Melitane. Yeah. We'll do that with care later. A crushed cruiser. The shattered remnants of a cruiser-sized starship can be detected in a decaying orbit deep inside the atmosphere of Althene 7. It appears to have ventured far into the gas giant's atmosphere, perhaps in a desperate attempt to escape a pursuer, only to be crushed by the atmospheric pressure. The vessel is too deep to be salvaged, but a structural scan of the wreckage provided us with some interesting engineering data. A remarkable vessel. Wonderful. We've learned so much. And we have found about our word cloud. A cloud reads the odd report collated from multiple sources like a cloud of luminous star stuff Billowing in the dark, the report goes on to refer to the phenomenon somewhat poetically as a void cloud. It's evident to the priesthoods of the Extinction Rebels that these clouds are heralds, animated by some higher will for survival. Exactly who or what this will belongs is the subject of heated debate, and is likely to remain so for the foreseeable future. Until such time as the void cloud's true nature can be ascertained, it would perhaps be prudent to treat the immense power evident in its rolling motion with some caution. Conduit for the divine or not, it must be studied.
The Empire now speaks to us in the language of the divine.
The language of the divine is there, and we've gained some influence for that. That will also help us out massively. Let's see, we can study the clouds. What is important currently? Yeah, that's not so important. Yeah, let's... I mean, Simon Bolin is weighing in on finishing this. But we have a leader. I mean, the faction of the Xenophiles has won the votes. And I think so. They want to extend their research into aliens.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Geothermal fracking. New fracking techniques will allow us to tap into previous unattainable pockets of geothermal resources deep beneath the planet's crust. As we still have no opponents, and we're preparing for friendliness, we will increase the mining station output. There we go.
Construction complete.
Withril has claimed another system, and we're still missing 16 influence, so we will take the time, build some mining and research stations here.
Anomaly found.
In the Elthian system, we briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. Might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something. It's probably something more, right? We will find out more and more about this galaxy, I can tell you. I can tell you.
Anomaly found.
Strong energy emissions of an unknown origin make this asteroid stand out from the rest of its peers in a crowded asteroid field, LV918. Senator JHDF. Whatever is on the job. What will we find out next? Aha, some more. Skobelev is also expanding our galactic knowledge. And we've found another great world, a Savannah world. Now it's time to see what we can do here. Maybe it's time for a Galactic Ambition. The banner of our great empire will one day be as common as hydrogen throughout the galaxy. We're building new starbases, so starbase upkeep reduced by 20% is a great idea. Here we go, Galactic Ambition. And so we're led by the friendly people. The question is, what could we do then? I mean, if we were led by the scholars, we would go for consecrated worlds. But xenophilia? There's really nothing much here that would... Yeah, maybe as our civilization continues to grow, so its beating heart must also expand. More systems will be placed under our direct control. So, to get more people, more aliens under our wings, we want the imperial prerogative. So we can care for more people. And more direct control also means more food production. I found the bunker bot here. We've traced the unusual electromagnetic radiation emanating from Elthine 5 to a secret subterranean bunker hiding a megacomputer the size of a battleship. Ooh, our researchers suspect that it may have been there for several thousand years, hard at work solving a single very complex problem. the nature of which still eludes us. When the crew attempted to interact with the computer, they discovered that the facility, which had appeared both abandoned and unguarded, was in fact operated by a security AI, the highest purpose of which seems to be frying its visitors alive. As the crew defeated the AI, broadcasted a message to an unknown recipient. Maybe it can help us survive? But better leave it alone. I mean, whoever made this, we must respect their will. We are xenophile. Whatever problem the computer is trying to solve, it seems important. Maybe it will come up with something, you know? You never know. Found exotic radiation here. This particular asteroid is an extrasolar capture and appears to have been washed by some kind of exotic radiation as it plummeted through interstellar space before finally settling in the Nodox system. The original source of this radiation remains unknown. The exarch Tsiolkovsky has been able to pick up a wealth of physics data by studying the asteroid's energy emissions, and it also gives alloys for some cool reason. And we must get to Rajima afterwards. We can already add that a job. Imda.
System survey complete.
Ah, wonderful. The Bish system. Yeah, let's go along the strategics. Patrick McDonald. Going where no one has gone before. Just going into that lane. Maybe, I think he might be even interested in the... Liam is also here. What does Liam do? Liam does this. Pat. McDonald. Might as well go here. How's assisting doing? Yeah, it's going nicely. It's going nicely.
Anomaly found.
Wonderful. By chance we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of the moon of T426. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. The signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? Maybe we can help someone. Let's find out.
Special project complete.
Ah, we finally neutralized the dancing plague. Our researchers have succeeded in isolating the cause of the dancing incidents on Sirius Prime. And not a moment too soon. The situation on the planet has grown dire, as medics have increasingly been forced to use heavy sedatives on the dancers to stop them from dancing themselves to death. It appears that the culprit is a gas released by the local vegetation, which induces feelings of exhilaration and an irresistible urge to dance, while suppressing feelings of exhaustion, overriding rebel human self-preservation instincts. Fortunately, our scientists have developed a synthetic gas hat. Gas that, once released into the air, will neutralize the effects of the dancing gas. Furthermore, it seems that the dancing gas has certain valuable properties we can make use of if we can extract it from the plants before it's released into the air. Oh, wonderful. So we get even gas extraction wells. That's so good for us. That's so good for us. The ship is coming. Let's see. And we've found out more. Now we can go... let's see what we can do here. I mean, research from starbase constructions increased. That seems to make sense. So we'll go for databank uplinks. We'll just continue our tradition of science. High-capacity quantum bands dedicated to databank transfers make possible virtually completely synchronous research operations across vast distances. Here we go. We also want to discover more. We have an archaeological site on Sirius. Are you serious, man? Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
System survey complete.
Wonderful. Where are we now? Already continuing into the next one, I guess. Let us also have a look at the planets again. We would need some housing on Sirius. Put some housing here on Alpha Centauri. Everything seems fine so far. We need a metallurgist next, and we have a dinosaur only coming, so might need another worker. How are we going to solve that? We're going to build another district here. Let's see here. We have an entertainer job. That's a specialized, and we have a dinosaur coming. So we need to give them something to do. They will also get another district. Then on Trappist, we have a miner and a researcher job open, so there's nothing we need to do. We also have here a dinosaur coming. We might need some amenities. We'll see how we'll address that. There is... yeah, there's no clerk job open. We'll see. But it's still one. So on Earth, we have an entertainer job open, and we have a rebel human coming who can entertain us. Wonderful. An ancient lifepod, an abandoned lifepod, was detected in the close orbit of Nodox 6A. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from when the pod's mothership exploded. In preliminary scans, it suggests it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the XR Tsiolkovsky managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien, clad in a resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a small picture of another individual from the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. Very interesting. Head Senator JHDF will keep that treasure to his heart. It's the common things that make us similar to each other. We found an abandoned gateway near Miklor's vortex. It appears to have been built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown origin. Unlike the previous structure, this gateway has been significantly altered since its initial construction. Its connection to the rest of the network has been severed. Instead, the only valid destination is an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that has been designated the L Cluster by our astronomers. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it's been deliberately locked into some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L Cluster will remain beyond our reach.
Situation log updated.
But where have we found the L Cluster now? Here, Miklor's vortex. It's far away from us. It's another tempting station where we need to go.
Anomaly found.
Found another anomaly in the Nodox system. Head Senator JHDF is on it. Observing the massive asteroid T426, we have found something. Further investigation is warranted. The mysteries.
Construction complete.
The starbase of an Alpha Centauri has finished its construction queue. Wonderful. Now let's see what we can do. So we want to connect trade. I want to connect more trade. We have connected a little bit of trade here, but we need more trade reach. That is the will of the Xenophiles to make these trade stations, and so we'll do that. And what else could there be? There's nothing really yet to do. We don't need the expanded storage capacity because we just don't have that much. So we're just gonna take it as it is right now.
Special project complete.
Once the ship drifting by TR-44GR-784 was towed out of the debris, we were able to send in an away team to investigate. They uncovered a murder scene. Only one crew member has been found, long-eared amphibian biped who appears to have been stabbed repeatedly. With its crew evidently dead, the ship is now up for grabs. It is fitted with very efficient thrusters, the structure and design of which are beyond us at present. The vessel's not armed, seemingly having been used as a transport for important personnel. Repurposing it into an exploration vessel would be a minor undertaking. However, if we deconstruct it and study the engines in greater detail, we may instead be able to apply its ingenious design to our own fleet. Yeah, let's do that. Tear it down and study the engines. Better be careful with these alien ships. Better study.
System survey complete.
We have cold hard potential in Miklos vortex system. It will require extensive probing, but we could garner substantial find, says Scholar Patrick MacDonald. We trust him in this mysterious dark system with the Algae. Who knows what he'll find? Also now way to Rayima.
Anomaly found.
A massive impact on Zimtauri. The colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this planet once, says Liam, our head of the scholars, and he will investigate. Now we have claimed Coniferous, and we're going back to building stuff in Mizar now. Our constructor. There is a lot to do, indeed. And we'll see if we might go for a further trade station. Further away here, maybe in Withril, or even here on the Gaia, around the Gaia world.
System survey complete.
What have we found here? The Savannah world, yes. So we're getting deeper into this system, and we can add some system to the survey. With Lorenzo Aguirre, a diamond in the rough. After the study of Miklos vortex is concluded, Science Officer Scholar Patrick MacDonald reports that they have found the planet to be unusually rich in minerals. Discovery was made possible in large part thanks to a certain member of the XR Life Ericsson crew. Scholar Patrick MacDonald praises the protege highly. They do good work where they are. We don't need an extra one, but we have a promising crew now. I have found also out about an asteroid collision. A large mineral-rich asteroid collided with Centauri 5 at some point during the previous 1,000 years. In what must have been a major impact event. An abundance of minerals can now be found on the planet in the vicinity of the impact crater. This gets so good. It gets so extremely good. Nice, nice, nice. Let's have a look at the edicts too. Yeah, we would really aspire to get also some research subsidies going, but it's just too expensive. We need more unity for our people first. There's also a ship here, an alien ship. Let's see what they're doing.
System survey complete.
We have also made first contact in the Rogue system. We have codenamed them Beth aliens until we can learn more about them. If they possess a language, we should decipher it quickly. Let's do that. Gisela Galvani's on the job. And the Gamma aliens are also here.
Construction complete.
Rayima. Let's build a research station, then go over here.
System survey complete.
It would maybe be prudent to get another colony ship going. Elusive aliens. Our attempts to learn more about Gamma aliens have been in vain. They have proven elusive, but they clearly form a technologically advanced civilization. They've managed to intercept small fragments of their language, and our linguists are confident that they will be able to decipher their communications if we can just acquire a greater sample size. They don't look particularly friendly, but looks can be deceiving. Looks can be so deceiving. And we will already build a colony ship of the Byzantium class to fly over to Galamoon. We have also found the Sade aliens. We've codenamed them until we can learn more about them. If they possess a language, we should decipher it. We cannot yet. We cannot yet! We're so occupied.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Genetic healthcare. The colonization of alien worlds has opened up an entirely new field of biomedical research. Now it's also time for... what could we go for? I mean, we're led by a farmer. And... he surely wants either ecosimulation or soil remediation. Ecosimulation is probably better because it supports the star-based constructions and food from farmers. So here we go. Ecosimulation it is. Let's see if we have a specialist for that. Not at the moment. Here we go. Our labs are on the job, and it's fine. It's really fine.
Anomaly found.
Aha, in the Rogovetti system, optical sensors isolate a cluster of shapes on the barren surface of Rogovetti 3A. That could be buildings. Find out more. And there's also an alpine and a continental world. Constructed something here. They're on our way to Galamoon. Claiming that Gaia
System
world.
survey complete.
Vasily has briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from Nethupa B2. Might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something more. Head pacifist perfect Alibia has gained a level. Studying engineering, very important. Very important.
Construction complete.
Alpha Centauri Starbase has connected the trade hubs. And now we have much more trade flowing in, and we should increase our income massively. Very, very good job. Yes, the Xenophile faction is just the best faction. So, we now have enough to build an outpost in the Galamoon System, claiming our Gaia planet, reaching our first goal. The Skolas Liam has gained some experience, and Skobelev is in the Liwa system. Despite expected projections, Liwa 3 has a particularly large solid core beneath its incredibly thick mantle of unique gases. Scientists recommend further investigation. Yeah, let's research. Let's do that. The anomaly is there. The expansion is coming. Mizar is getting its stuff going, and we're receiving a transmission from the Archduchy of Tartavania. They have successfully translated our language. The channels are now open, and all hostilities between us have ceased for the moment. Hello there, Archduchy of Tartavania. Archduchess Isabella Belvedere sends regards from the ruling council of the Archduchy of Tartavania. We hope for a productive relationship with your people, but we warn that our military will respond to any transgressions near our space with maximum force. We're friendly. Xenophile faction is in charge as fellow star explorers. We salute you. The news that we've encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms that what we've long suspected. We're not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular Xenos have a level of technology similar to our own, indicating that we achieved spaceflight roughly at the same time. And now we should look into the situation log. We have another diplomacy we could follow up on. Right, let's have a short. So here we go. The Archduchy of Tartavania. We have neutral relations. They kind of hate us. We have other people that we want to send a message to. Where do we get to them? Here, the Sade aliens. We need to contact them first before we have anything else to do, and it seems like, yeah, they are directly here at the border. So we need to make friends with them as soon as possible, but we also need to find out more about the other aliens.
Anomaly found.
Science officers found an anomaly. Lorenzo Aguirre, it will require extensive probing, but could garner a substantial find. Let's do that. Let's garner that find. The Archduchy is closing borders. We will not retaliate, blocking our fleets from entering their territory. We just hope we can get Nodox under our belt. And the microsingularity recently intersected Nethupa B2, passing straight through the core and emerging on the other side of the planet. The encounter does not seem to have caused any permanent damage, but it has altered the energy output of the planetary core slightly, in a way that defies our current scientific models. Further study might be warranted. In Nethupa. Fascinating. Is the starbase in Galamoon going? Oh, we're minding our own business, deep within a crevice. The giant asteroid T426, we found something astonishing. There's a mining gear attached to the rock. Let's discover this. Here, ahead, Senator. Digging itself into the vast depths of the asteroid, it stands abandoned with no sign of who placed it here. If we can stop the machine, we might be able to learn something about the technology used to build it. We must hurry before random debris crushes it.
Situation log updated.
Okay, we must... Oh god, we must hurry. We have a timeout here. That's the drill Rampage. Stop the mining. Research the project. You research the rest of that. We'll grab what we can here. Most important of all is Galamoon. Everything seems to be happening at once. We have found an ancient medical complex. Deep scans have revealed the unexpectedly large solid core. Lihua 3 to be covered with the compressed remains of a sprawling medical complex millions of years old, though the intense mantle of pressure of the gas giant severely limits the amount of data we can extract from the core's surface. Science Officer Victor Skobalov reports that the hidden structures match the technology used in the enigmatic Algates. The crew hypothesizes Leo 3 was a planetary medical facility created by the Gate builders millennia ago. At some point, the complex was abandoned, and its automated gas replicators ran unchecked for untold centuries, gradually converting the planet into a gas giant. Oh, what a fate. But now we have a lot of gas, I guess. So we've found aliens here, but not here, so we can continue our strategic march through the galaxy here with Skobelev.
Construction complete.
Our first goal, getting Galamoon, has been fulfilled. In the... yeah, what a name. In the Whispering Garden Nebula, we have secured this very important system. And we will do everything in our power to make great friends of the aliens that border us now. So, that said, thank you for watching, dear fellow Extinction Rebels. Currently we are led by the Xenophile faction, but other factions will also have some influence in time. We can see how our society has changed through the influence of the Xenophiles. As you can see, the Xenophiles are the Galactic Cooperation Council, and apparently our society has become much more Xenophile since they took over. Friendly Shandale is making us great cooperation partners. And as soon as we can, we will make friends of the Archduchy of Tartavania. Have a great time until next time, and happy gaming. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. See you soon, and happy gaming. Have a great time until then. And survive well. Happy gaming.